When did you hear your own voice?
I heard it for a long time, I just ignored it because I didn't trust it. And I think it wasn't until I kind of was completely miserable in my life, both professionally and personally, that I started saying, I better listen to the most important voice, and that's the quiet one inside of me. And the voice said to me, I'm miserable. And then the question is, what do you do about it? And then I also felt this calling for public service. And even though some viewed it as a step down, when I left a big fancy law firm and I worked for the city of Chicago, I felt exhilarated by the adventure of this swerve. And I encourage people to, I'm not to say don't be afraid, because I'm afraid every single day about something, but conquer that fear and take calculated risks. And in a sense, put yourself in the path of lightning, as my grandmother used to say. And if you get outside the comfort zone, that's usually where the adventure begins. And I was fortunate that my parents were prepared to go all the way on the other side of the world for my father to have an opportunity that he didn't have here in this country. And it was in that effort that he got another job from Iran to London and then in Chicago. And he used to always say to me that sometimes the quickest way to get where you want to go, you got to be prepared to take the long way around. And I think as you're taking that circuitous route, you should be listening to your voice, and then you have to decide what are you going to do with the voice once you've found it, and how are you going to empower other people to find their voices, and how are you going to be a force for good, a catalyst for change. And that's a work in progress for all of us.
The motto of our foundation is Girls Without Limits. What is your message for the girls, and what do you want to be when you are grown up?
I'm finally comfortable in my own skin, so I think I'll just be myself. That's to answer your second question. I think the message to our girls has got to be that life is full of trade-offs. And I agree when you said you can't have it all. No, not because usually when women have it all, that means we are doing it all. And that's unrealistic. And when I was young, I thought I was superhuman and that I could be a great lawyer and a great mom and a great spouse and work all day and make baby food from scratch in the middle of the night and that would be sustainable. And I found I was disappointing myself and everybody else around me by this completely unrealistic expectation. And so what I say instead is own your choices. Every chapter of your life, there are trade-offs. And I wanted my daughter, she's grown now, to grow up and just work really hard, look around and see where opportunities were, recognizing they never knock at opportune moments, be willing to take risks and chances in life, and not let somebody else put a brick on her, but also not think that life isn't hard. And let's not make it unnecessarily hard on ourselves, but rather make informed decisions and then own those consequences. If you choose to have 4 children and not work, don't envy your friend that's traveling the world as a chemist. Or if you choose to forsake all that and have a different life, own those choices. And I think that's what I want. I grew up thinking I had to compete with men on an uneven playing field and achieve what they achieved. And what I wanted for my daughter was to grow up and figure out what she wanted, not what somebody else wanted for her. And to own that decision and the consequences therein. And then when you look back, hopefully life is full of multiple chapters and they all add up. But in any given chapter, it's never in balance. You never have it all.
What is your dream?
I'm living the dream. I'm living my dream. I wake up every single day and I do exactly what I want to do for the first time in my life. So it's not like this has always been. But I think after 60 plus years of working for somebody else, it's nice to be an entrepreneur and working for myself and doing what I want to do and working on the issues that I care about.
Thank you.